Hi, I'm Megan, and you're watching Crossroads 365, where we cover everything to do and see in the Crossroads area 365 days a year. From events to attractions to everyday businesses, we'll be covering them all. Let's get started.
Get ready for our all-new cooking segment, Crossroads 365 Cooking Corner. Sarah Vela from Vela Farms will be joining us each episode to teach us easy, healthy, and delicious recipes.
Hey everybody, welcome to our new segment, Crossroads Cooking Corner with Sarah Vela from Vela Farms. Hey Sarah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. So thanks for coming on the show and teaching us how to make some stuff. We're excited.
I'm very excited. I think it's going to be wonderful. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So what are we going to be cooking today?
Today we are going to do a very simple, healthy salmon and some roasted vegetable kebabs. We're also going to do a brown rice. It's going to be a quick and easy meal that you can do in the middle of the week. So what we want to do first off is we want to go to our favorite grocery store and we want to just pick up a piece of salmon. Once you open the package, it's really important to kind of clean this off. It's got a little bit of scales on there. You want to just kind of rinse it off. You want to make sure that when you're washing the fish off, you don't contaminate anything else. Just rinse it under the water here and make sure that it's cold water. You don't want to heat this fish up until you're ready to put it in the oven. Now you want to make sure that you put the salmon in a piece of aluminum foil. We just have a little small sized cookie sheet here. And simply all we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of our Vela Farms pineapple mango serrano and we're just going to kind of spread it on there just gently. You want to make sure to leave it open. The reason we want to leave the top of the foil open is just so this fish can breathe, and we want all that wonderful jelly to caramelize on there. That's it, guys. That's all there is to the prep. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna put it in a 350 oven, usually anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes is all it takes. We have some beautiful vegetables that we got at the Victoria Farmers Market downtown. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make a very, very simple kebab. What you want to do when you're doing a kebab is you want to make sure that you have your skewers wet. If your skewers are not wet, you're basically cooking with a matchstick. You can just soak them for 10 or 15 minutes, just the end that you're going to put the veggies on. So what we want to do, we've cut up a few of the vegetables, but while you're here, I'm going to have you cut some of the mushrooms. Mushrooms are a little intimidating to folks because they come and they have what looks like dirt on them. Actually, it's peat moss. Mushrooms grow in peat moss, and you don't want to actually wash a mushroom. The reason is a mushroom is like a sponge. So if you wash that mushroom, then it's going to soak up all of that moisture, and it actually affects the taste. So take a clean rag, just a tiny, tiny damp, and then you just kind of want to brush that peat moss off. And just get as much of that off as you can. These are portobello mushrooms. A lot of folks will use the button mushrooms. I personally like portobellos. They just have a wonderful flavor to them. And what I like to do is just cut the end off of it because that end is it's just a little bit harder to clean and it's just not as pretty. And then what we want to do is any type of colorful vegetable is going to work. You want to make sure that everything cooks the same. So in this situation, I'd like to have it maybe about 1/8 of an inch, maybe about 1/4 of an inch on the squash. I start my squash on the bottom. It just seems to hold up real well. And then you want to take maybe a mushroom, maybe a green pepper. This is a great way to get a lot of color in your diet. And then just finish off. Let's put a little bit of mushroom on the end. Give yourself just a little bit on the end so you have something to grab hold of. So basically, that's our skewer. We're done. Now that we have these beautiful kebabs, we have put literally nothing on the top of them. It's just clean vegetables on our skewers, on our wet skewers. So now what we want to do is we want to add a little bit of oil just to help the cooking process. My personal favorite is to use grapeseed oil. So what we're going to do is just actually pour the oil right over the top of the kebabs just to give it a little moisture, just so it doesn't burn. And then our favorite in our household is our Vela Farms grilling seasoning. It's our all-around seasoning. And so what I do is I just sprinkle a little bit right on the top. You can also add the seasoning after you take them off of the kebabs when you're ready to serve. Now on fish, it really doesn't take very long. What you want to do is you want to just basically stick that fork in there, and when that fish starts to flake, that's when it's done. It's okay if it's a little bit on the pink side. Salmon is the fish that we use in sushi. So as long as you've got a great piece of fish and you've taken care to make sure it gets to your home, it's fresh, it's cold the whole distance, then you can have that a little bit on the underdone side. So that's our salmon. We're gonna get our kebabs out, and then we're gonna get ready to plate this beautiful supper. Okay, this is my favorite part. This is the plating, and this is where we get to eat. What I did while we were waiting is I just made a bowl of brown rice, and I'm just gonna take our platter and just basically spoon a little bit of the brown rice on the platter. You know, you eat with your eyes first, so we wanna make it pretty. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna scoop this salmon out. Sometimes the skin will stick just a tiny bit on the bottom of that foil. That's perfectly fine. You're not gonna eat the skin anyway. Then we can just take our kebabs here, and we're just gonna, you can either plate them with the skewer on them, or you can just take a fork and actually
Pull it right off.
pull it right off, and that's just beautiful. And now we have a wonderful dish. If you choose and you want a little bit more seasoning, you can actually take the opportunity now to season just a little bit. That is our salmon with our kebabs on our brown rice.
Oh, so easy.
Wonderful. Let's plate it up and see how it tastes.
Awesome.
Well, we've come to my favorite part of the cooking process, the eating process. Literally, this dish took us about 20 minutes, maybe about 10 minutes worth of prep, about 20 minutes to cook everything. The thing that took the longest to cook was the rice. You can start that the day before and actually put it in, drain it out real good, put it in the refrigerator, and then warm it up and actually serve on it. So you could really do this in a weeknight in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
So what we did, we just actually plated up a portion. So tell me what you think.
Oh, all
Give
right,
it a
my
try.
favorite part. Oh, wow. So good. Perfect for a weeknight. And wow, I'm very impressed. It's so good.
Good. Super simple, super easy.
So you made cooking that salmon so simple. Please tell me you're going to start teaching some cooking classes.
We are. In February, we are going to start putting together a list of classes. We actually put a little teaser out on Facebook a couple weeks ago and just asked people what they wanted to learn, when they wanted to come to classes, how long should the classes be, that type of thing. We got a phenomenal response. So we're just kind of putting things together. Just stay tuned to our Facebook. It's Vela Farms on Facebook. We're easy to find. And we'll start posting those schedules. If anyone has any ideas, I mean, we take ideas, but we're gonna start in February.
Awesome.
We're really excited about it.
All right, guys, that's all for Crossroads Cooking Corner. We'll be back next month with another exciting recipe from Sarah Vela from Vela Farms. Thank you so much for teaching us how to make the salmon today.
Thanks. Well, we'll take any suggestions, anything you wanna learn to cook, just let us know. We'll be back next month.
Awesome.
Thanks.
That's all for this episode of Crossroads 365. Be sure to tune in next time when we cover more things going on in the Crossroads 365 days a year. Thanks for watching. Crossroads 365.